Good morning, Adventure Nation. We are leaving Feverdijk State Park just outside of St. Augustine. Today is a travel day, and this is the motorhome experiment. All right, one of the things that we've heard in the St. Augustine area is if you're trying to stay close by in a state park, that Anastasia State Park is the handiest, and we'll agree with that, but it's also extremely difficult to get into. So if you can't get into Anastasia, Feverdijk State Park is just down the road, and it's pretty handy to St. Augustine, probably a 20-minute drive or so, maybe 30 minutes tops. This is our site.
Like, our site is huge. Like, if you can see the RV, the car park, and we still have a lot of space for the picnic table. There's a fire pit, so it's extremely large. This park has a lot to offer. There's a ramp so you can bring your boats, go boating. It has a lot of hiking trails. It's the first campground that we really have to drive way.
Yeah, it's a couple to 3 miles off of the main road. And there's only a few sites here. There's not that many, maybe 25 sites or something like that. There's one restroom because it's such a small campground, so it's very intimate. The sites are very well spaced. Check this out. You've got these large natural buffers between each site, which is really cool. So, pretty nice. Yeah,
we like it. I mean, I would like to be in Anastasia because they have a different vibe and it's so close. Like, you can literally bicycle if you want to St. Augustine. But this is a great option as well if you cannot get in.
All right, you ready to roll?
Time to go.
We are heading up the road to the Jacksonville area, and we're going to check out a little known place, unless you live in the area, called Amelia Island. And it's in the book, 1,000 Places to See Before You Die, so we're heading up there.
And yes, we have that book.
And yeah, we have that book, and we're crossing stuff off the list, so. All right, baby, we'll see you at the dump station. Yeah, road day. Everything is disconnected. The spaces are huge, so you don't have to worry about hitting anything on the way out, which is nice. Very rustic. If you're used to staying in paved campgrounds and places that have paved or cement sites, this may not be the place for you, but it is pretty awesome. Jurassic Park, yes, but very cool. The St. Augustine Beach area here looks like a typical Florida beach town, really, other than the fact that it's super clean.
This one is very nice.
Yeah, pretty incredible how clean it is.
Like, look at that place.
Yeah. Now, if you were to come to St. Augustine Beach, that's what you would think, is like, oh, it's just a little beach town. It's when you make this curve and go over the other bridge into Old Town St. Augustine that it really gets its character and is just spectacular. Coming up over the old bridge. Now, this is not the original bridge. This bridge was rebuilt, but my understanding is it was rebuilt using the original plans from the bridge from, I think, 1927 or something like that. So that's why it looks like an old school bridge, other than the fact that obviously it's a drawbridge. I don't know if the old bridge was a drawbridge, but very cool stuff. Great views of the fort from up here. And then amazing view of some of the buildings in downtown St. Augustine and Old Town. One of the benefits of being up in a Class A.
You can see everything from above.
Yeah. We can see over top of the cars and into town. And it is very cool. Absolutely gorgeous day today. You know what we didn't do? We didn't talk about the Fountain of Youth.
Okay, Paul and I, we have different perceptions, like different really outcomes from there. So it's gonna be up to you at the end of the day if you want to go or not.
It's a little bit of a weak attraction, in our opinion.
Well, for me, I felt like it was a tool tourist trap. Like usually they're touristy things that you pay, but they're cool. This was like a tool tourist trap. Unless you believe on the Fountain of Youth, and then that's up to you. But for me, it's a skip it. Like, don't even go
It's a
there.
1.
Yeah, that's me.
For me, it's a 2 if you're in the area, but it's a weak 2 if you're in the area. There's so much other stuff to do here in St. Augustine. Don't go to the Fountain of Youth if you're going to skip the pool. Don't go to the Fountain of Youth if you're going to skip the Ponce de Leon Hotel. Don't go to the Fountain of Youth if you're going to skip the castle, the Castillo de San Marcos. Don't do that. But if you've got extra time and you're into that kind of stuff, go check it out. But there's so many, like,
Well, does it have
how do they know?
some history? I would say, does it have some history? Absolutely. But
Some of the history is pretty speculative, which I guess most history is. You know, how do they know that's where Ponce de Leon took his first step? Like, how do they know you didn't go down to the beach down there and went, oh, I don't want to get sand in my boots, and then he came down here? I don't know. This is really narrow.
it is narrow.
How does he know? How do they know that that was the Fountain of Youth? Did he draw it and then they saw? I mean, there's so many speculative things, but again, I guess that's history. We do our best to surmise where things happened. But we watched the Pirates of the Caribbean movie the other night, and that is not what the Fountain of Youth looked like. Not at all. And Jack Sparrow, his was totally different. Welcome to Villano Beach.
Hello.
About to leave Florida for the first time since about March 7th or 8th. March 7th, I think.
Yeah.
So, leaving Florida. Oh, look, and they say thank you for visiting. They put up a sign for us. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Florida's been awesome.
It has been cool. I love the cool experiences.
We didn't
Time
see
flies.
near enough.
Time flies when you're having fun. We didn't
2.5
feel
months?
Yeah, we didn't feel them. But it's time to leave Florida. Kinda.
Hello, Georgia. Good morning, everybody. We're in St. Mary's, Georgia. As you guys saw yesterday, we arrived at the campground here, which I can still never remember the name of. Country something?
Country Oaks RV campground.
Country Oaks RV Campground. Listen to her. And it's a beautiful campground. You can see over here. Really cool. Very, very cool mom and pop place. Today we're going to head into Amelia Island, which happens to be in a book that we're doing a lot of our travels based upon, is the 1,000 Places to See Before You Die. Amelia Island is on that. Supposed to be a ton of history there, so let's do it.
Let's do it.
You guys ready to come along? Let's do it. We are on Amelia Island and we have arrived at Fernandina Beach, so we're gonna check out the little downtown area. So far it looks pretty cool.
Supposedly it's famous, world famous, and historic. So let's check it out.
So this home here behind me is called the Lesesne House. It is one of the oldest homes here in Fernandina Beach, and that is really what this area is known for. I believe they said it was either 750 or 850 homes, buildings, and such that are on the historic register in the US. So it is a huge amount of historical buildings here in this little community. This one here.
This one is so old that looks haunted too.
Yeah, they said this is circa 1860, so pretty old house. This is a United States Post Office. As Lorena just said, probably one of the coolest post offices we've seen. Well, I don't know, the little one was kind of cool, but this one's cool.
That one was cute, and the smallest one. But this one, look at the building, so cool.
Yeah, very nice. So we're actually reading about the post office here, and it was originally dedicated in 1912 and built by the Treasury Department architect James Knox Taylor, and it was custom built to accommodate the 3 original functions, which were a United States Customs House, a courthouse, and a post office. So very, very cool. So we just happen to be walking past the marina here, and they have an Amelia Island river cruise, so we're gonna do that.
Check it out, it's supposed to be historic. Tell us about the place. It's kind of like what we need to do. Anyway.
Yeah, we need to see some of the history, and they're gonna give us that. Gonna check out some wildlife, but we've got an hour to kill, so time for a drink.
A refreshment.
A refreshment. Okay, we gotta say refreshment because obviously I don't drink, and Lori doesn't want you guys to think she's an alcoholic.
Yeah, so refreshment.
So refreshments.
Although most likely it's gonna be a drink.
Most likely it will be alcoholic.
Let's go for a refreshment.
And we're here at Florida's first Atlantic to Gulf Railroad, completed in 1853, or incorporated in 1853 anyways, and went from here to Cedar Key on the Gulf Coast. Kind of interesting. And this is now the Amelia Island Welcome Center. One thing I want to mention is welcome centers in these little towns. They're really a wealth of information. We were just in the welcome center here. The ladies gave us great information on the area. One of the first things they said we should do is the Amelia River Cruise. We already bought tickets, so that's good. But they are a wealth of information. They can give you all the insight on the stuff that you need to do. We basically told them, look, we have an afternoon.
Yeah.
What should we do if we only have that afternoon?
What are must? And I mean, you have to remember, these are people that they live here, so they know the ins and outs of everything. They've been there, done that. They know the places like so great.
Mm-hmm.
They can really guide you very well.
Yeah, wealth of information. So don't rule out the welcome centers and visitor centers when you get to these places.
There is our goal, the oldest bar in Florida.
If you're going to do refreshments, you might as well do it at Florida's oldest bar, right?
That's a good mix.
Okay, your turn next. You gonna jump up on there?
Look at me, big happy boy.
Okay, we went to the Palace Saloon, the oldest bar in Florida. We can say we've been there and done that, but holy crap, that place was smoky.
Yeah, we couldn't have a refreshment there.
Could not handle
It's too smoky.
having drinks in there, so off to the Rusty Pelican. It's an outdoor place where we'll be able to breathe at least. The Salty Pelican was very cool. That was Randy. Randy gave us some information about the area.
Charleston.
Very cool. So the Salty Pelican wound up being a great place to go. Fresh, open air. And we had this giant pretzel that we should have shown you guys, but we didn't. It was very good.
It was like head-sized pretzel.
Like my head-sized pretzel, not her head. Not, she's a small head. But really good pretzel. Sat with a gentleman named Randy who gave us information on this area, which is really cool. We're gonna do some walking when we get off the boat. And also some great information on Charleston. And got a number for a guy who might be able to do a personal tour while we're in Charleston. So that's pretty cool.
And we might see him there too.
Yeah, we might see him as well. But this is going to be a boat cruise of Amelia Island. This should be kind of cool. Looks like this is going to be a full boat.
I know. We might have to actually make a line.
Miss Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
Thanks, sir.
Watch your step. How many? 71?
69, possibly 71.
Okay, cool.
Ready for my tour.
These dolphins sleep pretty cool too. They can turn off half of their brain. God made them so they could sleep by resting half of their brain, and then that side wakes up and the other side rests for a while. I thought that was pretty amazing, but then I started thinking about y'all raising teenage kids, and that's not too exciting after you realize that, because that's how they work. Half the brain on half the time.
We just got off the boat. Check the tide here. This was all underwater, and now this dock is basically sitting on the ground. They have about a 6 to 7 foot tide, they said here, or anywhere from 6 to 8 foot tide here, and that's why some of those boats were stranded. All right, we just got off of the Amelia Island river tour, boat cruise, whatever you want to call it, and very, very cool. This whole little town, Amelia Island, this whole little area, we think that you know, we've kind of somewhat disagreed on the rating for this thing, but I think we are in agreement more or less that if you are close to the area, and
You mean the town or the cruise?
The town.
The town for me is a day trip.
Yeah.
For sure. Like
Amelia Island,
if you're in Jacksonville, if you're like in Georgia, like on the south end, it's like come and do it. Very cool town, very historic town.
The architecture is
And,
amazing.
Yeah, it's an old buildings. It's very, very cool and very well done and restored. Because you go through many little towns that are not even restored, and you cannot
Right.
appreciate how beautiful they are. This one, totally different. You can totally see how it used to be beautiful.
And if you're in the area, then this is something that you should do. It's
the boat tour,
true.
I just thought it was going to be like a river tour just to show you the water and that's it. But not at all, right? It was a lot of history, a lot of buildings. They tell you what's the deal with them. They see you, they take you to, what's it, Cumberland
Yeah,
Island?
Cumberland Island. You go out through the little river on Cumberland Island
And we got
see
to
some of that
see
stuff.
wild horses right there too. We got to see dolphins as well.
And we saw some dumbasses stuck on the beach because they don't watch tide charts and their boats are stuck there for 6 or 8 hours. So that was kind of fun
That's
too.
pretty funny. Anyway, it's like, I think like it was a great, extremely great tour, very informative, and they are extremely funny.
Yeah, our guys, we had
Yeah.
Bob and Captain Bob and Kurt, and very funny guys.
Yeah.
Very informative. So do
If
it.
you wanna laugh, come and just check this out.
Cool. Let's head back into town a little bit. Every now and then you see a really cool old Coca-Cola sign or something. This is on the side of the Palace Saloon. It's pretty cool. Guys, you know the feeling?
He really is very smart. I told her, I think he must have come from the
I'm gonna pay for that one. This is probably not the best day to have picked to wander around. It's 95 degrees plus with Florida humidity.
Like,
Pretty
feel
warm
like
today.
100 in humidity.
Yeah, it was nice out on the boat, not so much here in town. That building there is pretty cool. Nassau County Historic Courthouse, 1891.
One of the few remaining courthouses in Florida built in the late 19th century.
We were told by Randy at the bar there, at the Salty Pelican, that we should go north on 7th and south on 6th.
Yes, to see architect. He's an architect, so he told us those two streets are great
So,
architectural wise.
because we always do what the strangers at the bar tell us, we're gonna go check those out. Obviously, we left Florida yesterday, crossed into Georgia, and then this morning crossed back into Florida to go to Amelia Island, but now we're crossing back into Georgia again.
This was our last.
Our last time, our last hurrah in Florida for quite
It
some
was.
time. So, Florida, you've been good to us, but we've got to move on.
Yes.
We've just
Many
got to move on.
lessons that I learned in Florida. Number one, and somebody said it, you surrender your shoes in the state line and put on sandals.
That is
And
correct.
They will be given back to you at state line.
Yes.
That's one.
We are getting our shoes back.
The second one is
I'm not giving away my sandals yet.
no gators are gonna chase me around, knock on the door and drag me out. They don't run 35 miles an hour. So yeah, it's like that's something that I'm already have out of my head. I'm not afraid of them anymore. They're lazy, they're slow, they stay in the water. Pretty much.
Uh-huh. But Florida still does have bugs the size of Volkswagens.
Absolutely.
And millions of them.
Too many bugs for us, at least.
So I don't think Georgia's going to get much better, but we'll see.
These desert rats, we're used to not bugs, so we're gonna be complaining.
We're
probably
such
all-
bug wussies. Yeah, we're going to be complaining for the next
And it's
6
not-
months
I don't
while
think
we're up in the
bug
Northeast.
Wussy, but when you get bitten on that, it's a little bit annoying. I guess people on this side of the country, they're immune.
You just get used to it, yeah. All right, we are back from Amelia Island. Had a great day in Amelia Island, something we really highly recommend that you do. It was pretty cool, the Amelia Island River Cruise. Thank you, Captain Kurt and Captain Robert. Sounds like Captain Kirk from the Starship Enterprise, but anyways. If this is your first time here on the channel, it'd be cool if you subscribe to the channel, stay up to date on all of our adventures. You might find some places that you want to head into or some places that you want to stay out of. Either way, it works out pretty good. It'd be equally as cool if you like the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Let's get in the bugs. I can see her flying around your face.
I know.
And Ozzy is going to be wondering where the heck you've been.
I think we need to sweep the steps. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. It's not going to open.
Until you like it.
Good morning, Adventure Nation. There we go again. Nation.
Adventure Nation.
Okay. Very cool that you guys hung out with us today. Did I step on your foot? I stepped on her foot.
That was not that light. It was like, yeah, we're back, and